We have the senior advocate Swapnil Kothari also joining us on the broadcast. Thank you for joining us. Mr. Swapnil Kothari, just want your first thoughts on the arguments that are being made in court. This is for the arrest of the driver who was only passing through the IAS coaching institute where the incident took place. And the Delhi police arguments say that the accused was a mastikhor. He should have slowed down his vehicle. Why did he go so fast? That's what created ripples that finally led to the incident.
It's very clear that if the accused was going fast, then that is something which, makes him culpable. But, if it's like me driving a vehicle at a more than reasonable speed in a crowded Khan Market area. So if that is the case, then obviously, culpable homicide charges would be attracted. So the thing is that, once the charges are attracted, then it becomes extremely difficult for, either side to, rather more for the defense to protect the accused in that sense.
Okay,
so I believe that, go ahead.
Yes, will these arguments hold good in court for the public prosecutor to say that this man was a local resident, he should have the knowledge that there was an establishment in the basement, that video show he's a mastikhor?
It's difficult to prove. And he would not have known that there would be an establishment in the basement. And even if there was, even if he had knowledge, to the extent that whether his driving the car would cause damage to that aspect, whether that is something which then the court will have to decide as far as that aspect is concerned. But my preliminary argument would be that to have, first of all, an establishment in the basement is illegal. So the thing is that being illegal does not mean that human lives are cheap. So if this driver, I don't want to comment on the part of mastikhor, because it seems like, this person was some sort of a juvenile 18-year-old who was driving for a lark. That doesn't seem to be the case here. So what seems to me to be appropriate here in this regard is the fact that he drove the car. What needs to be established is that whether he had knowledge of the fact, and I'm sure if he's a local resident, he could have or he could not have had. It's very difficult for us to say that, for example, the area where I live, I don't know whether there is an, South Indian restaurant next to me 10 blocks away. It's not necessary for me to know, even if I've been living here since 2 decades. It could have shot up. But so that to show that is first thing that they'll have to establish, that he had foreknowledge of the same. Secondly, driving a car beyond reasonable limits.
And shouldn't the onus be on the officials who had given the permission for the basement and not seen the fact that there are violations? And this is, mind you, despite a complaint that had been given. So, Swapnil Kothari, I request you to stay on with us. We also have Dr. Vikram Singh joining us. Do you agree with what Mr. Swapnil Kothari is saying, that the driver was at the site of the incident, so he can be booked for culpable homicide? But the arguments from the Delhi police say that he's a mastikhor, he should have slowed down his vehicle, and he didn't, and that's one of the reasons why he was arrested.
Let me tell you, in any criminal jurisprudence, it's necessary or a guilty intent, that is the right and the power of fixing and assuming responsibility. Since I'm sure if he was aware that there was a basement and the basement had students there, and it is possible that he could have broken the embankment, you have so many hundreds of thousands of these and stuff, and if not a juvenile, he added license, then I feel that it is bizarre to charge a person driving right across. The person to look at is the coaching owner, the Rao Stretcher, the MC, the fire service, and those who are responsible for proper maintenance of silting the drains. They are the people to look at, not any passerby. I would very much doubt, and I totally agree with Mr. Swapnil Kothari. Are we aware, you and I, that what is in the neighborhood, there are dozens of basements. We do not know what is going on there. And as average citizen, it is not, it's for the police to see what's going on, whether it's license and the license conditions are being fulfilled, whether everything by the rule book has been complied faithfully or not. And if because of those who are running the show.
In fact, he did point out that the focus should be on the officials who didn't look at the violation. So, Dr. Vikram Singh, I'm sure you would also agree, and there's a lot of anger over the same, that the focus and the onus of the entire tragedy should instead be on the officials who were aware that there were violations, there was a complaint, and yet refused to take action. And in this case, the driver who was merely crossing from there has been booked.
Absolutely. The government officers who are responsible are the willing accessories to this crime. And they should be booked not only in the sections of law, but on the national primary people who should be booked, and our focus should be on them rather than the passers-by.
Absolutely. Dr. Vikram Singh as well as Swapnil Kothari, thank you for joining us on the broadcast. In fact, Times Now spoke to an acquaintance of the accused driver in the case of the coaching center where 3 people lost their lives. The argument that's going on in court. Listen in to what the acquaintance said.
In a bizarre turn of events at the old Rajendra Nagar incident, a Force Gurkha owner have been arrested by the Delhi police. Now the video which went viral, in that video could be seen a similar Force Gurkha which is driving through the flooded roads, and the Delhi police have alleged that because the Force Gurkha was driving, the wave that created had damaged the gate and that it created obstruction in the restoration work. Now 7 people have been arrested, now out of which 6 belongs to the management and the owner, and the 1 person who have been arrested is the owner of Force Gurkha. Now I have with me another owner of Force Gurkha here in the Delhi NCR region. He has been riding across the country and even in the flooded areas of the national capital. So thanks for speaking to Times Now. First of all, tell us about something about yourself.
First of all, I would like to express my condolences to the families and friends of who have lost their precious lives of their like Shreya, Tanya and Nevin. I'm really very sorry. The entire nation is shattered with this accident, and I'm really sorry. We all are with you guys. Now, yeah, I myself, being driving like this Gurkha pan-India, I've driven all over India and also, driven this Gurkha on each and every terrain. So, yes, I have a good experience of driving this Gurkha, and I was very shocked when I saw this news that the Gurkha owner has been arrested just because he was passing by that building. And I don't know what to say on this because I believe in my judiciary system, but trust me, this is really very shocking news. The driver has been arrested just because he was passing by.
So the major question that we are asking to the Delhi police is why the Delhi police have arrested the Force Gurkha owner, because A, if the road was flooded, why didn't the MCD or the Delhi police officials had put barricade, or the Delhi police would have been standing over there to tell the common people not to use this road because it has been flooded and the restoration work is going on. Second, they have been alleging that the waves that has been created while the Force Gurkha was going on, it damaged the gate of the building. Could it be possible?
So there are few major factors we have to look into it. I cannot say much on what the police have filed in their report, but yes, being a Gurkha driver, being a Gurkha owner, what I can say is like अगर आप देखेंगे उसको कि जो गाड़ी जब वहाँ से निकल रहा है, because I had seen in few news that वो ओवर स्पीड करके निकल रहे हैं जो वहाँ पे बोला जा रहा था, whereas गुरखा इतना स्पीड पे नहीं निकल सकता वाटर वेडिंग करते वक्त. इट मस्ट बी अराउंड लाइक 20 kmph, 20 किलोमीटर प्रति.
We continue getting you these updates. Thanking Bhavtosh and Akanksha for joining us with those inputs. Quick break now. We'll be right back. To stay with us.